A few little recipes. Someone gave me a cookbook after I got married. It was not a new cookbook. It was one that had been used before. It was brown and kind of looked like a photo album. You could put 4x6 index cards of recipes in it. My friend knew that when I had my bridal shower, my guest had given me recipe cards that had a favorite recipe written on them. She told me to put them in there. We also typed a few recipes on the computer and printed them on that printer paper that has perforated edges with the holes on the sides. In that book were recipes from so many friends and family of so many items, all handwritten with much love. There was a recipe for a pepperoni cheese ball, biscuits, cake mix, cookies, and my Nana squash casserole. The list goes on and on. Over the years, I added recipes, as did both of my girls. Hannah called her Nene one day to get a recipe for deviled crab. It's in that book. Georgia made a cowboy cookie mix at church and wrote down her recipe. I stumbled upon a good spaghetti recipe online and named it Carl's Favorite Spaghetti. We all loved this recipe for chicken noodle soup and copied it down and called that one Sick Soup, since I always made it when my girls were sick. We had our favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe and added that one also. Over the years, we added recipes, and over the years, the book got thicker. Later, when the girls started cooking, they knew they could always find what they wanted in the recipe book. It's the only one they knew. Needless to say, that was one of the things I grieved for after the fire. It was as precious to me as my pictures were. I knew I could possibly remember some of the recipes, but the precious handwritten ones would be gone. I knew if I wrote them in my handwriting, it wouldn't be the same. Several weeks went by before they started emptying my house and taking pictures of the inventory. I was there every day to see what they were getting out. On the day they were cleaning out the kitchen, I was shocked when they came out holding all of my recipe books. Most of the cookbooks I had bought had horrible smoke damage and could not be salvaged. Then I saw it, my brown recipe book. It was burnt and it had smoke damage, but when I opened it up, all of the recipes were there. They were a little smoky, and some of the paper was even frayed by the fire, but they were there. I was overjoyed. This was a book that I had been building for 30 years with so many memories attached. Carl bought me a new recipe book for Christmas. Inside were pages that held 4x6 recipe cards, and I was so excited to get it. I opened it up on Christmas morning and told him that I couldn't wait to rewrite my recipes and put them in there. The book was perfect and clean, not a smudge to be seen, and I couldn't fathom putting my smudged recipes from the fire in that crisp new book. As I started to get organized and gather up all my recipes, I started to think differently. I wondered what I would want my children, grandchildren, and yes, even great-grandchildren to see when they open the book. Would I want them to see all the recipes so crisp and clean and untouched inside? Or do I want them to see the recipes that are smudged, frayed by the flames, and maybe have a little flour that once spilled on them? I decided to stick with the latter. After all, isn't that how life is? It might look good on the outside, but just wait until you take a look at the inside. Inside, our lives might be scorched or frayed. We might have spilled some flour on us. Sure, there are a few perfect things along the way, but we all have a mixture of everything, good and bad, that's ever happened to us. That's okay. It's a part of who we are. It is what has made us into the person God has called us to be. He's preparing us every day to do something great for Him, and that is the legacy I want to leave. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10.